How trauma makes your decisions. Before you do, you think you make your decisions. You don't. A wounded child does. You just take the credit. Every choice that feels most yours, the partner you keep going back to, the fight you couldn't walk away from, the conversation that turned into a war before you noticed you were drawing the sword. None of it was decided in the room you think you decided in. It was decided years ago by a smaller version of you. In a moment, you have spent your entire life trying not to remember. That child is still in there, still making the calls, still pulling the lever the second a familiar shape moves across the corner of your eye. The adult you think you are is just the lawyer, building the case, writing the reasons, explaining to the room why the verdict you reached was rational, considered, fair. It wasn't. The verdict was reached before the case was opened. In the second book of my trilogy, there is a man called John. Broken in a place most of us were lucky enough to be spared from. He says it like this: I don't make the decisions. I simply follow orders. That's the sentence. That's the whole mechanism in one line. Trauma doesn't argue with you. It doesn't reason with you. It doesn't even let you see itself working. It just hands you the order, and it hands it to you so quietly that by the time you obey it, you are sure the order came from you. Look at the patterns in your life, the relationships you keep choosing that look new and end the same, the work you keep walking into that punishes you in the same way your first home did, the version of you that emerges the moment someone raises their voice or withdraws their warmth or threatens a thing the child in you cannot afford to lose. You are not choosing those patterns. You are obeying an old order, and the child who issued it was trying to keep you alive in a world that no longer exists. Here's the part nobody gets to tell you gently. That child was right to make the decisions they made. At the time, in the room they were actually standing in, against whatever they were actually facing, with whatever they actually had. The orders kept you alive, but the room is gone, and the orders are still being followed by you, by a body that learned the moves before it had a name for them, by a reflex faster than thought, older than reason, trained by something that had no business training a child. This is what nobody wants to look at, not because trauma is shameful, because it is faster than you. Every time you tell yourself you are choosing freely, the child has already moved. You are catching up. You are explaining. You are dressing the order in adult clothes. The mirror gospel does not let you off the hook for this. It does not say it wasn't your fault, so it isn't your problem. It says the opposite. Your history made the wound. Your wound is making the decisions, and you are the only one who can interrupt the order, not by forgiving the past, not by erasing the child, not by rehearsing affirmations in a language the wound does not speak, by naming the order the moment it arrives, by recognizing the smaller hand that just reached for the lever, by stopping in the half second between the trigger and the obedience, and asking for the first time, whose decision is this? And whose room am I still standing in? The child has been making your choices because no one ever taught you to make them yourself. That is the work. That is the only work that matters. Because the child will not stop on its own, and nobody is coming to take the lever from it. This is Gospel of Shadows. We go where the order was given. We follow it back to the room the child never left. If you are still here, you are not running. Subscribe. Come back next week. We are only just getting started.